Welcome to Palmer Power Motorsports. This week we got Caleb Kingsley, the brain, and the fracker, mother fracker. Anyways, now you were asking me about that gas station, about allowed. I think it's because they got so much seepage and stuff like that. You know, in the the tanks leak and stuff underground. That the gas tanks are actually allowed to have so much, water displacement per whatever, on the gasoline, whenever they test it. But yeah, he was out there with a water hose. Now, don't say it on here because I don't want somebody trying to sue me. But yeah, he had a water hose in it. He was out there filling it some bitch up, looking around, and
yeah, you could tell when you came up on him. You drove. What were you up? What was it? What did you say it was like 5 a.m.?
Yeah, I drove by and I was like, that son of a... I was pissed. I was like, he's watering that shit down on purpose. You ever seen him do that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they'll run a water hose. Go by there early in the morning, where I told you. And I'm just afraid he's doing it daily. Shit.
Get a couple extra $1,000.
Yeah, and you wonder why your car is...
I will have some of my undercover researchers check this out.
Well, anyways, so what do you think, Caleb? I haven't got your input. What do you think of the room?
I think it's great.
Huh?
I love all the parts. Just car parts, the chairs, the theme, the colors. It's just, it all pops.
Yeah. Yeah, Grady decorated everything. Didn't you, Grady?
If you say so, yes. I did build it, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Fracker here, he took care of it.
What's this wheel all about over here?
Well, that was whenever we had something on Facebook that was free giveaways and stuff, which we're going to, I think, have some more giveaways here soon. But that was like every week we were giving away, and man, it was all cool. I didn't mind doing it, but it was just it started eating me alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, profit.
Well, there was no profit. It was like I was solely giving it away to everybody.
Oh,
like,
okay.
To other race car guys, that's like hooking them up and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Trying to take care of them, trying to help everybody out, and I'd let the kids do the deal. We started being called out. They started telling us it was rigged. And I was like, oh, my God.
Like the wheels weighted?
Well, yeah, because my cousin and then my father-in-law was winning. This was family. And, people were like, you got it rigged, And I was like, it is not rigged. So we come up with the bingo thing. Yep. Bingo deal. And then it got a number. We assigned a number to somebody. And there was just no way you could cheat it. And I let the kids do it. Like, you're going to train a kid to be able to count cards?
Yeah, like loaded dice, like the wheels weighted, loaded.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be freaking kidding. So everybody quit singing or talking shit after that. You know what I mean? And whenever they stopped doing that, then we could concentrate on giving stuff away and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what was crazy was even though I gave away all that stuff, half the people wouldn't come pick it up.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, well, hell, if only 50% of the people come pick it up, I just ain't going to have it no more. So I took, like, all this shit, brand new race car stuff. I'm talking switch panels and tacks and all this. I just called family and friends up, just free-for-all. Just let them tear through it, which, they were happy. Hell yeah, Dave's giving you all you. You know what I mean?
Tell me about this Pepsi machine. This thing's... What's the story?
You're just overwhelmed, aren't you?
I am. I look at this place. It's great.
we're working it. We're trying to. So we get some more subscribers and some more people. YouTube start cutting that check and start helping some more people out.
Yeah.
What's the story on that Pepsi machine? The story is my wife found it. She either found it on Facebook or I don't remember. It was some kind of ad or something. And
Heather's shopping channel.
yeah, definitely something.
7 days
She
a
found
week.
it. She found it somewhere. And what happened was when I pulled up, there was two gay guys. Walked up there, and I was like, "Oh goodness, I've got to try to get a better deal on this thing. They're wanting, an arm and a leg." So I walked back to the truck, and I told my wife, I said, "Hey, these two gay guys, they're gay." I said, "I'm gonna flirt with them a little bit
Oh my goodness, here we go with the black marks on our record.
and get it cheaper." So I get out there and I start telling them about, some old country boy, deal, and then started laughing and shit and, talking about bending something over, just started to being sick. Well, they got to laughing and cackling, and man, they were flamboyant. Like
Yeah.
bad. I mean, sounded like women, everything, working their hips and everything, cracking their neck. Looking at me, snapping hips, damn near ass clapping. So, to be honest with you, I kept on working at Mojo a little bit, and they dropped it half price, and
Wow.
I was able to buy it for I think it's $400 or $500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, we have a new Pepsi machine restored just because Palmer took one for the team.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Right there, that's the story, man.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it all works. I can't believe the light went out on it. We're still working the kinks out on stuff. Just like I just watched our little Palmer logo there just fall right behind you about 3 seconds ago. Don't worry, the roof is going to be okay, right, Grady?
Yeah.
Grady's like, oh shit. Oh,
You know why that logo fell, don't you?
I have no idea. That thing was glued.
You started talking about that happy Pepsi machine, and that logo fell.
Almost had a lisp to it.
It fails.
What's that, an alternator?
Yeah, it's one old Harry Barker, my father-in-law, gave me up there in Tulsa. And I think he either gave one or two or something like that. He tries to help out here and there.
Yeah.
On one of the old hot rods.
Donate to the show.
I think one of them he broke or we broke something. I don't know. One had a defect, a fin come off. His car's here now because it grenaded. So I've got to fix it. I don't really want to talk about that. It's a sore issue. So I've got to, I just got to take care of him. So got to get it taken care of. So didn't your dad say that he liked old Camaros and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you say he wanted 69?
Specifically, he had a old 442. I think
Isn't that a Cutlass?
69.
Yep.
442. Yeah.
4-barrel, 4-speed, dual exhaust.
Yeah. That was pretty much the only classic he's had, but he's definitely into it.
What year was it?
I
69?
I think so.
You tell him I got another one out back.
Yeah?
One that looks like it.
What year?
69.
69.
Yeah, that old GTO looking car.
Mm.
What did they call that car?
Le Mans.
The Le Mans.
Oldsmobile 442.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a cool car. I knew a guy in high school who had one of those. So, whatever happened to the Camaro deal? Did he not didn't want to build it, or what was going on?
Oh, him just being overseas right now. It's kind of hard to do things back here when you got, your bank over there and, back and forth. He's working for Boeing, so, he's pretty booked up with them. They're going through a thing right now too. Did you see that?
No.
Boeing.
No.
With their aircraft having problems.
No, what's up?
I'm
normally on top of all this stuff.
Oh yeah, Boeing, man, they've had some technical problems, and they're like in hot water right now. Yeah, for that plane crash over Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know they've been trading the airline companies been trading all of them in.
Yeah.
Shipping them out, I think, to Mexico or somewhere like that.
Uh-huh.
And they have been, he pulled it right up. Is the Boeing 737 MAX safe to fly?
Well, they've had like 2 or 3 of those crash, hadn't they?
Well, they've been swapping out the planes. See, they're building a bunch of new next generation planes, and they're bringing them in, and that's what I'm reading.
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing a big swap out, except for North Korea. Yeah. North Korea flies everybody's junk.
And besides, they done made the adjustments where they could attach bombs to them, so they don't want to get rid of them.
What do you think about North Korea? Let's talk about that.
North Korea.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing on CNN. They had one of their anchors over there, and he was trying to talk to him, and he said it was very uncomfortable, very uneasy, the way they are towards Americans and the way they're taught is, it's all state controlled. So it's just a different world over there. They started talking, basically he didn't know he was American.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on the beach, just come up. They were playing volleyball or something, and he came up, talked to him, and he said he started asking questions what they thought about Americans, and it just got real tense between them.
Well, yeah, they're taught from birth that we're bad or something.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of things on North Korea here lately, and I mean it's a very, very heated topic. I don't know why our president's even dealing with him.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Well, when I say deal with him, I just, he's arrogant. You know what I'm saying. North Korean president is arrogant. Hell, they think he doesn't even take a shit. You seen that?
Yeah.
He doesn't defecate or something. And
yeah.
He's a big money little fat guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Running around different countries, buying watches, doing this, doing that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's probably got a few Mercedes. He's living like a king over there.
Oh yeah, he's got a yacht. They say
the
billions of dollars he spends for luxury.
Yeah.
He spends billions of dollars on luxury.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about it?
No.
Caviar or this special kind of fish that they were talking about parties eating. That's like $1,000 a serving or something.
Didn't you have that for dinner last week?
I think he's weird looking.
I think he looks just fine.
Not him.
Oh.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the movie.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, they do it good, don't they? I like when he strips off naked, he's standing all fat.
The interview? Is it the interview?
Yeah, he's putting his clothes on. He all tries to. Oh, that movie's good.
They had a lookalike, a Kim Jong-un lookalike and Trump lookalike hanging out together. It was on the news. They looked just like him too. Got the head shaved and the glasses.
You like Trump?
I love Trump.
I like Trump too.
I love Trump. I think he really means well.
Yep.
Not probably the most presidential, president we've had.
Well, he's not political.
Right.
He's a businessman. We put a businessman that is cutthroat, ruthless in his area to run the country to get us back on top. That's the way I see it. So I know a lot of people out there are going to be haters about it, especially this posting on YouTube. But I don't. That's my personal opinion. I like him too.
Yeah.
I was all for him because he was the best option that we had at the time, and I was kind of curious how he was going to do. And I think he's done good. He's done exactly the way that I would do it. Like getting professionals in and experts and things like that to analyze the situation in order to give an honest review. Because I've said that before. I'm not a specialist in anything. You know what I'm saying? So you get somebody that is if you want to know about Iran, get a couple specialists that have been studying that area for the last 10 to 20 years, then ask their opinion on what needs to be done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he does.
And he surrounds himself with very intelligent, experienced people.
Yeah. And what the deal is, people chastise him for not making those decisions himself, or him blurting out, the correct answers right out of the gate and stuff like that. They don't realize by doing what we just said, it's smarter than what they're thinking, that he should just rattle it right off and know about the politics and know about the wars and the situations or what bill needs to be passed and stuff. No, he's putting experts. And then he takes their information and uses his own judgment because, he is the American dream. I do think that he is for the better good of the country. We all know that he's cutthroat in business, but he used every angle that he could to get his way. And he's doing it now. So, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I still believe he's got the prettiest first lady we ever had.
Yeah, she is a good-looking woman. I'll give you that. Them Russians, they can kick out some good-looking girls. Hey, that's another thing. Vladimir Putin. What do you think about him? He's G-money billionaire, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know about him. He's
I like him.
kind of like a wild card,
I like him.
Yeah.
I think he's another one of those businessmen, but I like how he does the CIA walk, where he's got one arm by his side. Have you watched those where he still has, I don't know you can tell his training. It's not CIA, whatever you call it thing over there, but MI6.
KGB.
Yeah.
KGB.
Yeah.
He still has all that, but and I think that I wish he would work with Trump a little bit more on stuff and get the countries more united because there's not. I've talked with a lot of Russian people, over the years, met them and things like that. There's not hardly a difference. You know what I'm saying? And they're wanting the same things that we got over here. And I'm not saying we want anything they got, but they have a lot of natural resources. A lot of, and I'll tell you this, even though they're behind in technology, I do believe they're behind in technology to a point. They're ahead in others. Like their scientists are bar none.
Oh, they're smart. That's for sure.
Yeah, they because they're not in the same economic area as China, Europe, and us. So the realm. What I'm saying is we all trade technology. We all sell iPads and all that. See, over there they don't do any of that stuff. See, they don't. They whatever innovations and things like that. A lot of it is internal, and that's why they're not a bigger part of the scheme when it comes to their economy in the world arena. If you've ever seen anything like that. People that are on YouTube, they know what I'm talking about.
So they don't have a lot of import then.
They don't have a lot of import. They don't have a lot of exterior influence due to innovation from other countries. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about the supersonic or the hypersonic missiles?
That's stuff they've developed on their own. That's what I'm saying. They are another, do you know that I was watching some of their technological things, like equipment and stuff for the military? And you know how we used, he was talking about the, microchips and things like that, and all the advancements we got, and they're still using old school methods, like radio and stuff like that. But they've been able, analog or whatever, they've been able to manipulate it and perfect it so good that they're doing crazy stuff like that missile and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Their technologies are just different.
Yeah,
just altogether different, but they're performing. Like we're taking. Who's taking us to the space station right now? Russia. Russia has the only means of transport, and I think if you look that up, it's between 8 to 16 million a seat, or something like that per astronaut to go to the space station. We're having to send them over there. And you got right there, Canestra.
What about SpaceX?
No, they're not taking anybody to the space station yet. Just type in astronauts, or put American astronauts transported by Russian space program.
Well, you was talking about them.
I watched some of it.
If they make their stuff in-house, then they are not dependent on other countries.
They're not dependent, but they're lagging, you know. And the deal is, they're so smart at what they're doing. You know, they don't realize. You know, I give a shout out to all these Russian people you're watching. I have the utmost respect. Every guy I know has nothing against Russia. We're not scared of them. We don't give a shit. You know, I'm not. I mean, everybody I know is not really. We know we're in the most technologically advanced. We have the most weapons. I mean, man, if they brought it, I'm sure we would level them too. But that's not what it's about anymore. You know, the world's becoming a one world. You know that. It's intermingling heavily. I just wish that Putin would get a little bit off his high horse, and Trump. And I'm not saying they haven't got off their high horse. They have been talking, but they need to collaborate more while Trump's in office. While them two are in office and they're able to speak to each other, two billionaires say, "Hey, this is what we need to happen. This needs to go this way, and let's get some trade agreements. Let's start trading. We want plutonium from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need stuff for nuclear reactors, stuff like that. Let's you know, and we're practically there. You know, they say you could see Russia up in Alaska from that little island. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we could build a transportation network right across that with gas and things like that. But they could drop a gas line across there from island to island. You know what I'm saying? And we could transport or bring in their natural resources that way. I'm not saying that we want to absorb all of them, but they have such a huge country compared to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of land mass.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a helium shortage right now. Did y'all hear about that?
No.
So helium's used in like airbags, medical device, you know, like ultrasounds, MRIs.
The balloons at Walmart.
Yeah, balloons at Walmart. But this helium shortage is like a big deal though because it's used in medical equipment too. And helium's it's not an abundant. I don't believe it's a non-renewable resource. So there's only a finite amount in helium right now.
Well, we just need to we need to finish up fusion.
Yeah.
The fusion reactor because I think it's what it dissipates is helium.
Yeah.
So I think it's byproduct is helium or something like that. So
how is helium made anyway? I do not know.
I could have told you last week, but
it's farmed from the earth, but I can't remember the process that they have to do it. And they have to capture it. It has to be captured. It's a real expensive process. But
they're saying fusion by the year 2035 to 2050 should be here. I mean, they're already building a prototype reactor. See, the deal is fusion, I think, is between... Well, I forget how many times more efficient it is than a standard nuclear power plant.
Right.
Yeah, they're just insane. They're saying I think like 1 gram or something like that can power a whole city for a year. You know, it's just insane.
Wow.
And
so it's like Iron Man stuff, like Tony Stark.
It's insane. And when most people are developing a small, you know, fusion reactor. Is what they're doing. Most of I'm talking Boeing and all of them, Lockheed Martin and all those guys are investing in technologies because if you can get something that is the size of both my hands here, okay, and it can produce energy for a small satellite like Voyager 1, okay, for 50 to 100 years. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the only thing it dissipates is helium. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the byproduct is of it. It's not. It's environmentally safe. And you know how the regular, because I think the nuclear reaction is fission. I think when it runs away, that turns into pretty much like a nuclear bomb. That's why everybody gets freaked out by the radiation stuff. Fusion is the opposite. It just goes dormant. When it runs away, it just goes dead.
Well, now
Super safe.
isn't that kind of like the atomic bomb when they split the atom and caused the explosion?
Yeah, it's it's like that, except fusion. The reason why it's called fusion is it fusions the two atoms together. The nucleuses, I think you know, I'm not no expert, but I'm yeah. There's a little bit of explanation. I mean, and they're doing a lot with it, but what it does is it fuses it. You get what I'm saying? It fuses it together, and that creates, you know, it creates it's like a heavy element or something. I don't know. It's just another way to produce power. You know.
Have they had any stable?
Yeah. And they've that's why everybody's chasing this thing. You know, right now, even that experimental one over in I can't remember if it's in Ireland or where it's over Europe somewhere. That's where the first real reactor that they're doing. But the little portable reactors is what everybody's working on. Can you imagine having a box that would run your car? They give you a box at birth, and they said that'll run your house and your car for life.
Wow.
There, that's for you.
Wow.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. When you look it up, you're like, holy smokes. And then it really has no environmental detriment, you know.
It's like a miniature fusion reactor.
It's a miniature sun. Sun is fusion. But that's
I'm telling you, like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Thing in his chest.
Yeah. Unlimited power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you still on your diet, brother?
Yeah. Still going strong with keto. Still going strong.
I know you explained it to us last time. You don't have to go through it.
No bread, no sugar. Pretty simple. You know?
Still working it, huh?
Yeah.
Joe, are you still messing with that? Is it working?
It is. 23 pounds in a month and a half.
Holy smokes, 23 pounds in a month and a half. You're sure that you ain't going to get hurt?
Well, no.
There's no guarantee.
There ain't no guarantee.
There never is.
My cholesterol went up. I had blood work done right after I started, you know, about a couple weeks later. And I'm like, well, you know, your cholesterol's a little high. And the medication I take affects cholesterol, so that's why they check it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, is this the medicine? Or like, well, it's probably diet and lack of exercise. Because I didn't want to exercise. That's why I did keto. Because I'm like, I just
You're lazy.
Something like that.
It's more that what time you do get, you want to spend on your personal stuff or your family.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
So if you want to expenditure any kind of energy, you want to spend it on that.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Pretty much.
I used to do the whole workout thing.
I just did it for 10 years straight. Worked out every day. Took vacation. The longest I ever took was a week off. 10 years straight. Worked out every day, hour a day.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he had muscles on top of muscles. he was. I've been thinking about asking you a personal trainer. You know, pretty much, man. You were so ripped. If you would have kept that up, you'd probably been in some magazine, muscle magazine.
Yeah,
it was insane.
It just maintaining it though. I mean, you sacrifice a lot.
Your whole life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your whole life.
You work out 2 hours a day.
That's what these women don't realize. They're like, oh, look at that big old buff. You know, they don't realize that's all that dude does.
Yeah, but what happens when you quit? It all goes boop, sags.
Hell yeah.
Your picket fence tattoo looks like barbed wire. Or is it the barbed wire tattoo looks like a picket fence? Something like that. You get my point.
Yeah.
But isn't the same thing? Does anabolic steroids? Are you against anabolic steroids? Are you against it or for it? What about you, Grady? You too.
What? The steroid thing?
Yeah, are you all for it or against it?
Depends on what it's used for.
What if it's used for looks? The way you look?
Yeah.
You should be for it?
Yeah.
But you.
Well,
No comment. Plead the fifth.
yeah, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth on that one.
Well, I ain't going to. I take testosterone.
So do I.
So, and I know the testosterone, it raises your cholesterol. So, it's kind of, I guess I'm on a different form of a keto diet.
They just have a lot of side effects, and a lot of the results are temporary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't maintain. I mean, you have to stay on the stuff to.
Yeah, you got to keep shooting your ass with a shot. You just got to keep
who wants to
sticking
do
yourself.
that?
Well,
You
I
get
mean, I feel like a pincushion sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get sick of it. And if you use the patch, you slap it on your back, then you got it looks like grass growing right.
Well, but you become dependent on it. So if you don't need testosterone, if you're like any one of us where you produce it just fine and you use in synthetic form, it shuts your body's natural process off. Well, you shut it off for so long and then it won't make anymore.
Right.
So it's like you're going to suffer later in life.
But you're going to need it later in life anyway. So why not just get Booker T'd out or John Cena?
Well, they got your heart too.
Or what's the new one, Batista or whatever?
Batista
or whatever.
Yeah. On Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
So you're saying don't look like that. Stay small, so that later you got to shoot your ass anyways.
Well, I talked to other guys that have done it most of their life, and they're older. They have nothing but pain. They tell me about their shoulders, their back, just nothing but
pain. Let me tell you something.
Their body's falling apart.
Yeah, because they're off of it.
Yeah.
They need to be get back on the shit.
But
because look at Arnold.
Yeah.
Quit being the governor. Now he's the governator.
Yeah, I seen his arms. He's still got big arms. Like
he didn't have that shit when he was governor.
Yeah.
What happened? We all know what happened.
He
had him under lock and key.
Did you see him get drop kicked in the video?
Yeah. He got up from a full-blown kick from like a 20, 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got up and was like, I was like,
I'll be
that old
back.
man's fixing to whoop your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm all for it. I think it needs to be regulated to a point, but there's no steroid rage or anything, man. I mean, the more you take, it heightens stuff. That's about it. Cholesterol, yes, you got to watch cholesterol. I mean, that's why I think it should be regulated, is that you need a doctor involved so that organs and stuff don't swell and
start growing
and things like that. But no, I'm all for it because I know when I don't take it, I don't feel very good.
Here he goes. He's gonna get kicked.
Yeah, right here. He's fixing that. Joe, if you want to, you may be able to put that on there. I don't know. Yeah, he's fixing that. He's like, here's your phone back up the door. Oh, God, he had him by the ears. Did you see that? Good Lord. Why would somebody... Hang on. I haven't seen this.
I didn't see the backside.
Man, I would be firing my security
Look
staff.
at the video they showed.
But he just turned around and looked at him like, you didn't hurt me.
Well, I mean, Arnold's a big son of a bitch.
Watch it.
Thanks for your concerns, but there is nothing to worry about. I thought I was just jostled by the crowd, which had God. I on so much shit. I not feel nothing. He like fly.
He didn't feel a thing.
He's probably on Trembolone. Trin, the nectar of the gods. And you guys stay away from that one. That's for cattle.
Look at that guy.
Look at him, yeah.
His security.
His security sucks. Arnold, if you're watching this or you come across this, fire their ass. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I see some guy running wide open. Out of nowhere towards you, and I don't catch that.
Trip him.
I'm serious. Do something. You know what? If you'd seen the video of me, I'd smacked him right in the forehead. Pow! Yeah. That son of a bitch.
They said he wasn't even gonna. He said he wasn't even gonna file charges or anything.
Well, no, because you know why? You know why? comparative. He's a man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking man.
Yeah.
It's like me. I don't file anything. It's like this guy that sold me this race car. He won't let it go. And I didn't do nothing. Didn't even threaten him. I made sure to make it a point. But he swear up and down, you know. Oh,
How is that thing going, by the way?
I went down last week to court,
All the way down in
Gulfport, and the judge, I guess he got tired of hearing all the other cases, and he said he just had things to do. He just got up and left. So then the district attorney and my attorney, you know, and Jeremy was there, which I got to see him for the first time. Yeah.
Totally unimpressible.
Piece of work. Very, very. You ever seen Homie the Clown? Shaved head. Poofy hair on the sides.
wow. And this guy came recommended though. I mean, where did?
He was just, you know, that was a magazine that had him in it. And then, you know, I've seen some other people that had his car and they were fast, you know, so I went to chase that builder down. But no, if I'd met him in person, man, he's just strange, you know. Didn't really get to meet him. He just awkward.
So what was the outcome of the court?
Well, he wouldn't let it go. He just, I guess, he said I threatened him over 14 months ago or something, year and a half ago or something, and he still wanted to, I guess he's trying to put a restraining order on me or something. I don't know. You got me. Man, I haven't called the guy. I haven't talked to him in months. He's telling the court, well, he's texted me for the last year. He's texted me for the last year, and I couldn't get him to quit texting. I gave you 30 fucking grand, man. You're supposed to deliver a car. I wasn't texting him, cussing him like this. I didn't cuss him none. I was texting him saying, hey, man, where's the car? How much longer is it going to be? Blah, blah, blah. And he brought that up to the DA, and I guess he told the district attorney, you know, something like, you know, look, right here, and see, it's threatening me, you know, and from what I gather, the DA looked at it and said, no, he's saying that, you know, he's not threatening you, he just wants his car. You know, it's very strange. The way his story don't even make sense. That's all I got to say. I don't know. And he told my attorney when we walked out something about, you know, well, if you know, if David will quit posting stuff on Facebook, blah, blah. All I've done is just told people, you know, beware. You're going to have to deal with this. You deal with him. Because it ain't just me.
Yeah.
There's tens of dozens of people that have called and I've seen, and he's just, he likes to threaten them. And I'll tell everybody out there, don't be scared of this guy. Trust me. He's nothing. Yeah, I was shocked, you know, when I seen him home in the clown look at the sun. I just thought, oh my God, I really, my heart sunk.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, I gave my money away, you know, I threw it out the door. Because I could just tell, you know what I mean? The type of person, you know what I mean? You know when you're legit, you know, and dealing with a guy like that. So I was shocked a little bit the way the court handled it, but I understand they're busy and stuff like that. So they did the best they could. My attorney, George Blair, he is very professional, good guy, good cat. But no, nothing's come up yet. That was actually something that I guess what happened was I filed a civil case. A month and a half later, he puts a restraining order on me or tries to. That's what's going on. I mean, it's kind of obvious he's only doing that to build a case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think everybody's seeing that. It's a joke. It's a joke. So it's, you know, that was going on. And we just, I don't want to say too much. You know what I mean? I can't say too much. I'm not discrediting him as a builder. I've heard he used to build a damn good car, and so on and so forth. The man has problems. You know what I mean? He has problems, and if you got to be such a chicken shit, boy, it just makes me mad. I can't hardly talk about it because it just to be like that you got to file a restraining order 14 months later after he files a civil case, or a year later, or whatever, however many months. I don't remember. That's a joke, don't you think?
Yeah.
And why would you even file it when you have no proof? I didn't do it. He had some kind of recording. They said there was a guy whispering. Is what they said. Hey, I'm gonna come over and get you. And I was like, that ain't me. Who the hell is that? And I asked my attorney and said, okay, that definitely wasn't me. But number two, how the hell are they going to prove that was me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. None of it makes sense. He's just trying to do anything. Believe it or not, that is the only thing he's got to go off of. So what do I intend? I intend on trying to get my money back. He pretty much is telling me that he don't own nothing. He don't have nothing. He don't own the shop he's in. It ain't his name. He don't have a real company. Good luck getting your money back, pretty much, punk. And I mean, what do you do with a guy like that?
Well, if you get a judgment against him, though, if he gets inheritance or anything like that, he's liable to have to pay you first before.
We've done that, and then also, since his wife's involved and stuff like that, and I think the property, maybe his wife's father-in-law's or something. All this went down. It's a family deal. I mean, because we've been contacted by several of them. The wife's contacted me and threatened and sent threats to me, and it's collected money, and he's collected money, and who knows who's doing what. I don't know if the left hand knows what the right hand's doing. We don't know. It's just a big sham. That's what it is. It wasn't a legit company. It wasn't nothing. Those are the facts. So you can't sue me for slander. I'm sitting here telling the truth. You know what I mean? But the deal is I've just decided just to anybody that collected money from us or anything, we decided just to pull them in on the court case too. So we'll just pull everybody in.
Yeah.
I don't care. Right now I'm at a point now that if it takes 10 to 20 years and 150 grand, I don't give a shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to let a guy out here take advantage of all these people. He's taking money from guys like Grady here.
Yeah. Thinking they was going to get a good deal, wound up got a good screwing.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lesson learned there, man.
Yeah, lesson learned, man. I mean, even when I tell.
Do you think it'd be in a magazine? You've heard other people, or you said he built other cars, and you said they were fast.
Yeah, but come to find out, those guys set their own cars up really for the most part and stuff. I didn't dig into it enough. Yeah, I thought being in a magazine, all that. I just didn't think that it would go this way. And he drained everything I had. Everything that me and my wife has saved and money that we have gotten together. Man, I have raced, even on the street, 16-year-old kid. Okay? It's 24 years that I've raced something. He's taken everything I got. He took every dime we had. I had to borrow the money to build that car that's outside. And he won't show me nothing. Wouldn't give $5 back. He's just sorry SOB. You know what I mean? And no, I don't recommend him. So we had a contract and everything else. Trying to say that I made that up, but he sent me emails from his email address verifying that it was signed. So how the hell are you going to get out of that? And text messages. Okay, it's signed, Dave. You can send the $9,000. Make sure I get the $9,000, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what I know now, as soon as I walked up and seen what he was working with, I should have went down there, but he never would. After I bought the car, or I put money down on the car, for him to build it, and then the excuses started. I should have went down there. I should have went down there. I should have checked him out. But then whenever it was almost too late, like a year before I decided to file this case, I went down. I wanted to go down there, but then he started saying, "Well, if you come down here, I'll call the cops." Well, that raised a red flag. I was like, "Hey, man, what the?" But come to find out, everybody that he's done this to, that's what he starts with.
Do you have these other people as witnesses against him?
Oh yeah. I'm
You
not
know,
gonna
to say,
I'm
hey,
not
this-
gonna. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah.
Yeah. This ain't the first go around. This isn't,
No, this is an ongoing thing, and plus he's been working all these guys illegally. What about the Department of Labor? What about stuff like that?
IRS.
Well, they haven't even got to him yet. As soon as they get to him, you don't think we haven't contacted him too? Yeah, we're done. We're done with this guy. So we're not. We're going to make sure that he screws nobody else. That's what it is. So, and I normally don't go to this extent, but I'm not messing with it because some of these people I know.
Your sins will catch up with you.
Well, it's just when you know the person. Imagine the same guy that did it to you, your dad fixing to hire you. Would you say something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to say something?
Save
and whenever
somebody
you
else.
find out that this is 10, 20, 25, 30 people, this keeps going on from rear ends to cages, and then they're sending you pictures, and there's shit that looks like junk, and some of these people are in their 50s, they gave retirement money and all that. I finally posted something on Facebook after 3.5 years. I had to.
Let's see if we can get a hold of the Bohannon brothers and see how they done last night.
Yeah, we'll change subject here. All right. Let me, Bohannon. Make sure to get that on camera. The Nitrous Express is one of his sponsors. He wanted me to give a shout out to. And thank you, Nitrous Express, for hooking Ben up. The nitrous system sure was nice. It was a fogger system. So, and he's shooting 400 to 600 through that, and then he's got a little something on the top side we put too. So.
He got shit, but
Yeah, I don't want to say too much because Ben may get aggravated if I tell real world numbers. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So
Keep it locked down.
well, these racers they like it top secret, but
he can set a trash can on fire.
yeah, that's like I was telling you guys. Man, we were testing tuning here at the shop, and last night, and man, we hit it, and it shot 3 to 6 foot flames out both sides, caught trash cans on fire and everything. And I was like, holy! He said, man, it scared the living daylights out of me. You know what I mean? He said, man, oh man. He said that was better than anything I've ever had. So, and he went to the Midnight Drags last night. And I think Dale Motley, the one with the little car, the Opel GT, Ben started a big ruckus and had them all jump on Dale. So Dale's little Opel is one bad dude, but let me give him a shout because I'm sure he's up by now. And let's see how he did. I'm just hoping that everything. Man, we rewired the car. I mean, we did all kinds of stuff. You don't know. We've been working on it all week. So he was. Well, we had hell with it too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We had one thing after another trying to get it all he programmed it with his computer, getting everything to hit right. It's like we kept running into one thing after another. One solenoid quit working, and then another, and then this happened, and that happened, and leaks here, and then the wiring, some of the wiring didn't get labeled when they took it apart from where I wired it. And then I had to locate that. My God, whenever you wired this car to be computerized on relays and all this, you got to trace down your harness
Oh, yeah.
that you built a year or two ago. You know what I mean? It's a nightmare. So, all right, let me give him a shout here. Give him a little love chat. Get that up. Y'all hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
What you doing, buddy?
Man, I ain't been up all night. I'm telling you. Just got out of bed. What are you doing?
Well, you're here on Palmer Power Hour. We figured we'd give you a love chat since I couldn't get you down here this time. Everybody keeps calling me wanting to know how you did, man.
Well, we done really good. Everything seems to work the way it should, that's for sure.
Good.
We raced till about 5 o'clock this morning. The little Opal got beat out in the 4th round. Of course, you know, we was close. We was close on that deal.
What about your?
You know, my car done really, really good. We started getting rolled off on that first pass, and then after the first pass, everything went well. We just went ahead and turned it all the way up as much as we could, pretty much. And we made another pass on it. It's ready to go.
Is it?
It's ready to go.
Well, I mean, how'd you do though? Did you get beat out?
Well, you know, they didn't have we didn't have no clocks up or anything, so we're not real sure. You know, I was just out testing on that new stuff y'all wired in. And just kind of got tested a little bit, and probably going to go in the next couple of days and test again down there by your place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how did it feel? You said that you thought, you know, with the way it was acting and stuff like that it'd be like twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
What did it feel like?
Well, it was really, really smooth. I couldn't tell a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
But everybody there said it was the fastest piece of the cars ever made.
Well, yeah, I mean.
But we'll just have to see. We'll just see when they turn them clocks on.
So whenever you hit that shot on the top end, you know that plug.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Yeah.
Did it set you back in the seat again, or was it just all smooth, everything? No, he's there. You there? Ben? I still hear him on there.
Lost
You there?
Yeah.
Hey, what I was asking was that plate on top. Whenever you hit it, was it rough, or did it set you back in the seat again, or how'd that feel?
Oh yeah, it kind of set me back in the seat. The video says it all. I'm telling you, she got some 6-foot flames coming out the window.
You didn't set no trash cans on fire, did you? Huh?
Didn't catch a trash can on fire, nope.
Oh, right.
That's what old Grady was saying. He was telling the guys here about it. So, well, good, man. I'm glad that you didn't have any hiccups. You know how we were sweating bullets when you were here. Everything. All little issues.
Everything went good.
Okay. Well, when are you going to be down in at Outlaw? You there? Keep listening. Oh, shut up. Well, anyways. Well, we got a little bit of info from him, didn't we?
Sounds like everything worked.
Oh, man. I'm just glad it worked. Yeah.
Let's see if we can pull up them videos she made.
Yeah, well, she'll probably post them. I doubt if they're posted already. Yeah, not this quick. So, but no, man, oh man, we just had a lot of issues and stuff with the car. So, if it wasn't one thing after another, but we've been very fortunate. We ran all the tests here, and then every time he's taken it out, it's ran ultra smooth, everything on the money. So, if it ain't been from electronics to nitrous to whatever he's had done here, it's all worked flawlessly. So, it's good. That way, if anybody needs anything, they can holler at us. They know it works. So, but, well, you got any future plans, man, for a hot rod? I know me and you talked there a little bit.
Man, I gotta get some funds for that, man. That's big money.
Oh, I know you can work it.
You know,
work at Mojo a little bit.
Oh, I'd like to get the 69 Charger. Like you got.
Yeah, that was tough to find.
Yeah.
and I can come off that thing for a certain amount of money.
Yeah, that'd be my goal. Fast and Furious,
Is that?
right out the hood, yeah.
What's you, Grady? What's your dream car?
If you research Fast and Furious, the first one where they were standing a wheel
Yeah.
had a Chevrolet motor in it.
Really?
Honest, it did.
Is that right?
They was doing a thing on this. I was reading about it. It had a Chevrolet motor in it.
And it was 1970.
70.
But-
Yeah, the one I got out back.
but
the
ma-
1969 was the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I'd like to have that Dart back there. 340 setting in or 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, what about you, Joe? Like the Charger?
Yeah.
I need to fix it.
Yeah. That one, that's definitely just the look of it, those headlights. That gets me. The front is what sells me.
Peels your underwear off. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They was on the one on the internet. This company that does carbon fiber, they took and done a complete body out of fiber carbon, never how you say it, of a Charger.
Wow.
They used
You want a beer?
Oh,
no,
thank
No.
and they used the stock windows and all that, but the whole body was
Joe, you
carbon
want-
fiber. That was trippy.
Wow. Carbon fiber, I bet that was really
What does
light.
it say?
Says one Charger was built with a real live, long 528 V8. The other three were small block Chevy.
Chevrolet crate motors.
No crap.
Okay, so it's the 3 stunt cars was powered by the Chevy small block. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, me. I'm gonna do the 1970 Charger out back.
Are you going to put that same motor, that 528 cubic inch Hemi V8?
I've got to figure out how they got that 528 because I've got a 440 out here. I was gonna stroke it to a 512 and put a blower on it.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
yeah,
Well, now does
but,
that
yeah. So we were Fast and Furious.
now does that say Hemi?
It says on the original car.
Hemi. That's how they got it.
So on the original,
The one they showed and all that. Yeah.
it says 3 stunt cars. They Chevy small block.
I'd like to have one of them.
Yeah. No, I mean I've got my dream car. But I really wish it was a '68 RT, but man, I'm having a crazy time trying to find one. I mean, I gave 10 grand for that thing out back, with the ass end tore off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did the best I could. So, I mean, they're ungodly expensive.
Yeah.
So, if I could go back in time, that would be it. But, I mean, other than that, the old Chevelle over there.
Yeah,
That's going to be a nice one.
that's really nice.
It's already nice. I'm just saying when you get it finished.
Yeah. 66. I got a 66 Chevelle. People don't know. Put an LS2 in it. It's got 1,000 shot of nitrous on it. Tunnel ram, twin card, but air conditioned, power steering, power brakes, all disc.
All the amenities.
Yeah, the stuff that, go down to Walmart.
Retro mod.
So I'm ready to get it out and about. I'm thinking in all honesty, I would have had it done sooner, but the help I had, he left, and the other help quit. So now I've got to tidy up what's left, which I don't mind that, and we still got people here. It's just, those were the 2 main people that were working on it. I've got to, it's going to be August or September before I'm rolling in it. So that's going to be one of those. I call it the Friday. Well, Dad said it's Saturday night special, like the little pistol. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The Saturday night special.
Oh, yeah.
So, what about the gun thing? You starting to get you a little gun collection together now?
I just enthusiast, just strictly speaking, I just big enthusiast, man. big enthusiast.
So the hot rod thing's out the door. It's all about guns. I'm Crambo.
I grew up on Terminator and all those movies, man. I've always loved guns.
Criminator.
Craminator. Yeah.
I've always loved guns.
I'm a cramming. I'm a ramming.
And then being in the military, of course, you know.
Yeah, how long did you spend in the military?
Well, I actually had to get out early. I got hurt medically, so I was just in for a year, and I just, you know,
Rookie.
at the time you join, you got to be. Everyone had to be a soldier.
It was Marines, wasn't it?
No, it was Air Force.
You were Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the
Yeah.
blue collar.
Yeah,
Or the white collar.
yeah, white collar.
White
The
collar.
wimps.
G money.
But you got to have somebody to tell everyone else what to do. So
Now, wait, weren't you in, Grady?
Yes.
What were you in?
I was in the Army. 72 to 74. You know, back when they still had the cavalry.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you do in there?
I was a radar operator for a Hawk missile unit.
Damn.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, that does sound cool. So did you get to hit the button, or did you aim it, or?
No, I found what to hit the button at.
Oh, you were like the spotter.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
cool. 24 clicks east.
I'd hear it, assign it to the officer, whoever was in charge,
Yeah.
and he would send it over to the firing console. They would go to that. It would lock on, the radar follow it, and if need be,
No crap.
it'd be gone.
That's cool.
Wow.
What'd you do in there?
Worked on aircraft,
Was you?
integrated avionics. So basically, the radios, the radars, the navigational systems. So
How did you get that? They just.
I just tested high on my aptitude level, so they're, you know, that was what they needed at the time. I went in open electronics. So basically, I was guaranteed an electronics job.
Yeah.
And that was the, you know,
Yeah, the computers.
right,
Real good with the computers.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you did that.
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing, though. Looking inside the aircraft, you got thousands of wires running, you know, in this box. They run to this box. And if you got one circuit not communicating, you know, it's got input, but it don't have output, then they'll just say, oh, replace the box. You know, but they wouldn't tell us what was in that box. They wouldn't let us break into it. And the box was like $1 million, $2 million sometimes for just a box. Like, it was secret. You know, it wasn't top secret, but it was secret, so we weren't allowed in it. So it's pretty neat, you know. But they won't tell us. They're just like, if it's communicating, if it's not, it's bad box. Replace the box.
Is that right?
It's called a box swapper. We were called box swappers.
Call the box swapper.
Swap it. You know,
Where'd you do your training in Texas?
Texas, Biloxi, actually, Mississippi. So
I bet that's,
Gulfport, yeah.
Man, Gulfport. That was a nice area. I like Gulfport.
Texas and then Mississippi. I had 2 tech schools.
Where'd you train at?
Fort Bliss, Texas.
Fort Bliss, Texas. Oh, Texans. Are you from Texas?
I am.
You are.
Dallas.
Is that right?
That's right.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
All things are bigger in Texas.
That's right.
That's what they say.
They lie.
They lie. Where are you from, Grady?
Georgia.
Atlanta?
Nope. North Georgia.
What was it? Tell us.
I was up in Sticks.
Was you? Where at? What little town?
Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge.
Well, actually, it was Epworth, but that was the biggest town. Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge.
Right there.
Well,
where
that way everybody gets to kind of know where y'all from. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're from Texas. My brother-in-law's from Texas. Yeah. His ego's.
So
It's crazy. Everything.
So it is.
Yeah.
if anybody
I'm
from
a
that,
fast hill with breast. Y'all kiss my ass.
if anybody around that area sees this video, I'm sorry I never made it to another high school reunion, but here I am.
Hell, I didn't. Did you go to your high school reunions?
I didn't.
I was going to show up at mine all G-funking, you know. Lambo down, all that shit. That I was like, no. And then the second, my 20th year, I was definitely going to do that. I was like, I'll come in on a chopper.
Yeah.
The chopper, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was trying to lose weight and get all slim and trim and, all that stuff. And then the wife put the brakes on it. She was like, you ain't going. What? She's like, oh, your ex-girlfriends. And I was like, oh. So, I don't know why you won't go anyway. You didn't graduate. Yeah, to all the haters out there, I did not graduate high school. So,
wow.
I got my good enough education.
Good
Good enough diploma. And then went on to college from there. So, there's nothing wrong with it. I just, I entered the workforce early and I'd already been put back a year. You know what I mean? So I was going to be in school till I was 19, 20, and I didn't want to deal with it. So, and some other stuff popped up, literally.
I didn't pass first grade.
You didn't pass what?
First grade.
You didn't? I didn't pass kindergarten.
How
do you flunk kindergarten?
Well, me, on my end, I was out too many days sick. I was a sick little feller.
Was you?
Mm-hmm. Can't tell it now, but,
Mm-hmm.
I was.
He's on all them roids. What about you? Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Where from?
Buy-in.
Yeah. Why not Southall?
We lived in Southall.
Did you?
But because we were raised there, we didn't want to. My parents didn't want to move me to another school. Not know nobody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Buy-in. I remember playing basketball against Buy-in.
Yeah. They've always been sports has always been a big deal down there.
Yeah.
Big deal.
What are the Wolverines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big deal. Sports, big deal. I never really excel at sports, so I didn't play. But
all the Brainiac stuff.
Yeah, I was more into computers and fixing stuff and gaming. All about the PlayStation.
Joe, where'd you graduate? McCurtain? All these little one-horse towns.
Yeah.
Where'd you graduate?
West Fannin, Blue Ridge.
Oh, the little Blue Ridge town? I would have
home of the Yellow Jackets.
The Yellow Jackets. I like the Bulldogs, McCurtain Bulldogs. That was cool. Their mascot was cool.
Muldrow's Bulldog too.
And their colors were like Chicago Bulls. That was sick.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Red and black.
Yeah, I went to Quita, orange and black. So I would have probably graduated from there, Quita High School. So that was the invites I got.
Yeah.
They were all like, oh, you can come, Dave. Oh, yeah, come on, man. Because I was still buddies with all of them, even afterwards. And stuff like that. And then racing in Tulsa, they raced. It just, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I grew up around there and stuff like that. So, and that's what we used to do back in the day. We'd mark off a line on the highway, and everybody would line up on the sides of the roads, and that was before phones. Yeah, well, cell phones,
right.
Smartphones and all that. So, yeah, and we would all line up, and everybody.
Did you have to dial up when you called somebody?
Yeah.
Only way you could do that if there wasn't somebody else on the line.
Yeah, I mean, by the time I reached 20, man, we finally got pagers. That was sick. I thought, oh my God, look at it, mine's purple. It lights up. Look at the fucking light. It's got messages. Oh man, when you got a pager that had messages, holy shit! I thought I was shitting high cotton. I'm telling you, it was awesome. Cause I go, oh hell, the boss, boss, this is the boss. Please call me. It was real basic.
Yeah.
And you'd fly off the road, and you still had to put your quarter in. And you'd have to call from, old rotary phone on the side of the road to get a gas station. Yeah, what do you need, boss? And he'd tell you. So, yeah, that's the days I was from. But everybody was so social. It was a social gathering. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it is now. They use all these, Facebook and Twitter and all this other stuff. You know what I mean?
It's all digital.
It's all digital, and back then you had to go hunt your buddy down, and you couldn't Hell, you couldn't get a hold of him half time, so you just drive to his house. Hey, where's old Billy Wop Joe Bob? Oh, he's out back with the sheep in his boots.
Tell him I'll see him later.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again. That was my buddies. Seriously. One was a sheep herder. One was hell, I'd go out back and his dad would be beating the shit out of a hog. And he'd have it by the ears and one by the tail. And on Noel Olson. He lived over in Warner. He was the sheep herder. I won't say nothing else. So that was my buddy. So yeah, back then it was a lot more social gathering. And when I remember my first big race I won. I was 16, and I'll end on this little story. But I remember going down, and it was an old road called Indian Road, and it was marked off a quarter mile. We'd all pulled down there. And I remember I took off and I ran the race and I lost. I was like, God, dog. So I go back home with my tail between my legs. And my dad, I get home, I tell him what happened. He jumps out there and he tunes on the truck. He says, let me mess with it. Let's see what I can do with this thing. So I get it, and I wind up coming back out, 30, 45 minutes later, and he goes, I think I got it good for you. Which now, back then I didn't know what he was doing. But now I know that he was messing with the carburetor and the timing and getting it all, everything dialed in. And he said, oh, it'll go now. And he was, wah, wah. So I climbed back in. And I go back to Indian Road, and he said, you go back, you bet him again. I said, okay. Well, back then, $20 was more than enough to fill your truck up. You could fill your truck up and get a pack of smokes. You could do a lot of stuff on $20. And I remember pulling back up there and I said, hey, I got another 20 on this. And they kind of laughed at me. And I was a new kid in school. And they said, okay. And I pulled back up there and we took off. And I remember him jumping me. He jumped out about a truck and a half in front of me. And I thought, oh, God, here we go again. And I reached up and I grabbed second when it was like I hit nitrous. I mean, I come around his ass like he was sitting still. Blew his doors off. Finished, slid to a stop. Come down there and slid to a stop, and everybody was cheering and all that. And then he said, man, I want to see under your hood. I think it's bullshit. You got nitrous or something. You come by me like I was nothing. I said, dude, I ain't got nothing. And we argued there a little bit. And finally, I popped the hood. New kid in school. I was a sophomore, man. Just a young kid, I popped the hood, and he looks under, and he goes, and I think he was a junior or senior. Shit. He said, double or nothing. Oh, hell, $40. I know that don't sound like much. But I thought, in today's money, that would be like $100 or $2. You know what I mean? $100 to $200. High school kids, that's a little money. You know what I mean? So I remember pulling back up there, and we take off. Same thing happened. I slammed in second and just pulled past him. And it was done. Everybody was cheering, and he slowed down real slow, and he was pissed. God, dog, he was pissed. And an old boy had his money. We gave our money to an independent guy, and he counted out my $40, and that guy tore out of there. The guy beat. Well, he left his damn girlfriend there. Well, she was hot. She was fine. And I remember looking over at her, and I said, I won't say who it is, but I said, oh, hell, girl, just forget about him. I said, you come with me. He'll hop in my truck. No reason to go with a loser. Like that. And I yelled out across all the guys. There was a ton of people that said, everybody follow me to Mazio's. I said, that son of a bitch just bought us all pizza. So everybody tore out, dude, and I had a fleet of cars, like 20, 30 cars, follow me all the way back to Mazio's Pizza. I bought everybody pizza. We all bullshit. Next thing I know, the next week, high school, that was my first year at school. They all thought I was just, what I mean?
Super cool.
Yeah, they just thought I was,
Yeah.
I was one good dude. So that's kind of how I cemented my faith, in high school. So,
yeah.
Derek Guidas. So, and that was cool, man. I mean, after that, man, I just started kicking everybody's ass. I was outrunning everybody. There wasn't nobody could outrun the whole truck.
Yeah.
Hell, I outrun all the police cars. I outrun everybody. Anybody that wanted some. You want some? I mean, they just didn't even have to threaten. Just sniff at me a little bit. You know, I'd be like, you want some of that yellow truck? You know what I mean? Man, I just needed a racer, Dave. And a few people made fun of it too because it was yellow. They're like yellow like a banana, you know. And I tell them, I'm fixing to run that banana up your ass, boy. Put your money where your mouth is. I tell them that shit. Put your money where your mouth is. And they would. We'd be betting, and it just kicked. I'm gonna tell you right now, knock on wood. That truck outrun every fucking thing it jumped on. And I remember December 1995 or 96, that winter, I was revving that motherfucker up being a dumbass. It exploded in the parking lot. I went, oh no, my baby! Ah! Had a nervous breakdown. So, never ran right again after that. My grandpa gave me an old motor to put in it. That somebody couldn't even bark a tire.
Oh, man.
I even threw it sideways and couldn't even get I threw it sideways, it just goes sideways. God damn it, just a donut. You know, I'm talking before, it looked like you could see the truck, there's so much smoke. It blew plumb around the hood.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that old truck cements my fate. Man, that's a pretty cool deal. Well, anyways, all right. Well, I'll let you guys get out of here. Caleb, thank you for coming out.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Grady, once again, Mr. Fracker.
No
Mother
problem.
Fracker. And hopefully we can have Ben, Dale Motley, or one of them out on the next one. So, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys. Thank you.